Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, and welcome to Morning Brew. Wherever you're watching, whatever, whatever. I do hope it's a good one. And let's see here. Let's start off with the chat. Oh, by the way, I do hope that anyone who catched a good God, I need more coffee. Anyone who caught the e-news, I do hope you enjoyed it. I did try to mix in a little satire, a little real news, and some other stuff as well. Commentary, which I probably ought to add to one of the keywords for that show. And let's start off with a chat, where Six is first in chat. Says, woohoo. Mega Cropper says, good morning, Captain Trek and crew. BK Dan says, morning all. And that's a good question. And Dave G. says, coffee music, good morning, brew. Six says, BK Dan, I got a ton of sleep. And I honestly wish I could say I got a ton of sleep, but at least I got good sleep. Let's see here. Well, I can say that shutting down my web browser did actually help. So that's a good thing. Six says, I really like the e-news. Dave G. says, I missed the e-news this AM. I will rewatch later. The Random Minute says, greetings from the future. 47 Yorktown says, coffee now. Of course. And I will give in this morning and go ahead and do it.
Listen to
now.
me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just going to have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
All right. And let's see here. Today, I am going to test doing an open lines. Let me just say, I would like to keep somewhat of a cohesive form and not have somebody go off the rails and start, taking over the stream. I will give a warning before I, put them backstage and then boot them after the third time. And Dave G. Sound says, my coffee is already piping hot in my cup right here. Very good to hear that, Dave. And I'm going to go ahead and post the link out in chat. 47 Yorktown says, God bless Janeway. And let me get over to the YouTube tab. Or I have already shared it out, but I would appreciate anyone else sharing it out, please. It's always appreciated. There we go. And of course, anyone is welcome to join this morning. Um, I do have some news coming in January, but you'll find out about that on the 1st. There are a few people who happen to know what it is, but we're just going to keep that under wraps for now. No, I'm going to do that on Fridays. Friday is going to be the one day a week that the link goes out in chat. I had a talk with some people, and so yes, Friday is the one day the link goes out in chat. And the reason why this is a test is I'm going to see if it actually works, and people will respect my I don't want to say rules, but I do have rules listed in the description below. Unfortunately, it became necessary to add them because some people would, abuse their privilege.
Okay.
And yes, 6. The day you let the heathens out. You are absolutely correct. And you're more than welcome to join, 6, since you've actually gotten some sleep. It's good to have you on the panel. Oh, let's see here. It was funny because last night I was watching a few different streams. One of them was dang it. I moved something in my head, it slips. There we go. Ow, that hurt my shoulder. Okay. 6 says I would love to come on. Well, you're more than welcome. And Professor Brady Speck says, good morning. And good morning, Professor. I know you probably have to work, but you're more than welcome to join us if you're able to pop on for a few minutes before you have to run to take a shower. And yes, 6 says hello, Professor. And good morning, Jedi Bill. You're also welcome to join if you would like. It's funny. Part of what is coming in January is because of what happened yesterday. And apparently, other people liked what happened yesterday more than I did. We're not going there. And so anyhow, oh, let's see here. My great nephews are going to school this morning. They're each going to be having a special day at school. One of them, they're having Polar Express. I think more than one of the classes is actually showing the Polar Express today. And they're just going to relax. Some of them will even be having treats, including hot chocolate. Uh, of course, not as hot as, they have on the Polar Express, but be be a fun time for the kids. That's a good thing. Today is really more of a fun day, just to kind of relax, get together, and chill out before you know winter vacation. Jedi Bill says, I have no idea what happened yesterday. Um, let's put it this way, uh, Bill. Um, yesterday was a solo stream. Now, a couple of things have happened. Yitza has made me a new whatever image that I can put up later. So if it is just a solo thing, I can. It'll be shorter than the normal morning brews, and they'll be called micro brews. And so that way, people will expect a shorter stream and may actually watch, because that's the problem. The shorter streams people don't watch because they're short. And don't ask me why, because it makes no sense. Yes, they would rather click onto a stream that's 3 to 4 hours long rather than one that's an hour and a half long. Uh, and good morning to the lovely Sherry, and it's good to see that name is back to being the lovely Sherry. And of course, the random menace has to pipe in and say a very good solo stream needs to be said. You know, Joseph, I don't like those, so at least now I have the option of putting up something different to let people know it's going to be a short stream because, yeah. And Brightest Day says, I just need to get through this fracking day in one piece. Well, it is Friday. Yes, it's Friday, December 17th. I do have some other news that's going on that doesn't pertain to what would be on e-news, and that is that normally I have my wound care on Monday. Next week, I'm going to be having it. Normally I have my wound care on Tuesday. Because of Christmas coming up, they're trying to uh, condense the schedule. So instead of Tuesday, I'm going to be having my wound care on Monday. That will, of course, mean a shorter stream on Monday, but will also make things easier on me. And people are saying hi to each other, which is awesome. You can call this stream what? Moaning Brews? No, 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 no. We're not talking about that, Professor. That's in January. That's in January if you read the description in the group. And if I decide to have a solo show after January 1st, as Professor Brainy Specs did point out, it will be called something different. And Six says, hi, lovely. So, yes, we have at least 2 women in the chat. And of course, I'm sure if I actually looked at analytics, I'd probably find that 0 females were in the chat because YouTube loves to be annoying as hell. Doesn't keep their numbers straight. Oh, by the way, keep an eye out because in different chats, and it does vary from stream to stream, channel to channel. In different chats, you will be able to check out the channel of people that are in the chat. Mine, for example, you can. Birds, you can. There are others you can't. But you'll go ahead and check it out. Check out other channels that are out there. I do want people to, that's the whole reason we grow together is more than a slogan. It is something that I truly believe in. And I've left Yosef backstage long enough.
And greetings from the future, Captain Trek.
And
Good morning to you.
Good afternoon to you, Yosef.
Thank you very much. So,
what is it, about 1:20 your time?
yeah, 1:22 exactly. Yes. And
Well,
I'm
I happen to know that it's noon in London, or
yes,
so I know to add an hour.
And it's then plus, or basically you just do +7 for me and +6 for London, yeah, and basically there you are. And
I mean, there are
there
are 3 time zones I know by heart. My own, I know what the time it is in London, and I do know what time it is in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It's about noon, 12:20 in London. It's about 9:20 in Japan.
Evening,
yes.
To be said, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy. It's crazy. I remember those calls that I used to have literally between United States and Japan and Europe in the middle. It was literally the US guys were waking up very early, and the folks from Japan, they were basically ready to go to bed.
Yep.
And it was funny. Captain Trek, I didn't read the rules for the stream.
I don't. You follow them anyhow.
I'm trying. I despite not knowing what they are, but anyway, if I should
Let's
say
put it this
something.
way. Let's put it this way. I'll just go over them just real quickly. You don't eat or drink or move your mic when talking. You're not drunk or on drugs. You're not rude. You don't cause drama. You don't push channels for no reason, and you're a mod, so you can add, post channels anyhow. You don't come off as an expert on anything except what you actually know. You don't try to come on every day, and you don't talk over me. So, yeah, that would be. You follow the rules.
Yeah, sounds reasonable. I would like to come more often on the panel, but unfortunately, it's not possible. But at least I'm trying to be engaged in the discussion, as long as in the chat, as long as it is possible, even that. Yeah. But I'm actually on my vacation since Monday, and once again I'm working here. So I was like, okay, because I have literally a bucket with water in the next in the room next to me, where I'm cleaning the windows, and I'm sitting right now in front of the computer just to get rid of some work related stuff. And I was like, I was listening to your first stream on my phone, because I was having lunch, and I'm not sure if you read the comment, but once you started reading the article about the 10 gifts for what was it, like, for liberal children or something,
Yes.
and you read the first one, like, give them a gender or so. I started laughing so hard that I barely kept the soup not coming through my nose out, but actually my earbud, that is wireless, fell into the bowl with the soup. And I was
Ouch!
like, so I was like, okay, you got me there. You got me there. It was funny. It was funny. Thank you very much for that one.
And
Uh,
let's see here.
well,
Jenna Bell says, "Why are you concerned about that? Are you talking about the female thing? Because it's just interesting to see. It's just interesting to see. It shows that YouTube is usually out of touch with itself, even let alone what we're doing. I don't remember the last time I looked at it, but last time it was just like I had 3 women in the chat that day, and according to that, it was 0.
yeah,
So
Bert has similar issue, I think, as well, with his channel, that basically it shows like a complete sausage party, despite the fact that there are ladies popping up and there are female subscribers to his channel. So yeah.
And the international date line runs from Alaska to New Zealand. Good to know. And yes, Brightest Day asks lovely Sherry how she's holding up, and she will let him know later.
I just see here in my emails, we had a lecture, virtual lecture, yesterday, and they recorded it, so they sent over the recording, and it's called 5 Languages of Love. And I was like, what the heck does this have to do with an IT company? But okay, whatever. It's like extracurricular activity. Fuck, what a hard word. So I don't mind that one. Anyway,
Let's put it this way. YouTube has the characters there. I plan to use them all. And if people don't want to look, they don't have to. Nobody's forcing them to. And good morning, the Catman D.D. Myers. Good morning, Robert Rose Jr.
hi, Robert.
Oh, yes, and another woman in the chat, Kel.
There you have 3 comments from 3 women, one after another, and yeah.
Yep. And of course, more than likely, this chat will show 0. So, yeah, YouTube, suck it. I'm not even going to bother looking. It won't do any good. Although there are times I do look just for a laugh. It's just like, really? Because it's not until like 2 to 3 days later that it'll really show anything anyhow.
Scavenger hunt via Zoom. Like, what? Look under your sink? Or what?
What do they do? Have you hide stuff, a month ago, and then now it's time for a scavenger hunt.
I can imagine. You know what we did? We did similar exercises in one training where there were on Google Maps. There are certain, like funny things that you can find there, and there are pages that are collecting those. So you can basically send people on a Google Map chase after something very specific that
Hmm.
is on the map, or Google Streets or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can do that, but it's still ridiculous sitting in front of your computer and just googling stuff on a map, or yeah.
Well, it's funny because my doctor's office, rather than using a different service like I can't think what it's called now, but it's a more secure uh, but similar item uh, to Zoom. My doctor's office chooses to use Zoom.
Hmm.
Another service that's offered is Doxy. Doxy is a more secure site, and it's better for like doctor's offices, that type of thing. Hasn't been hacked,
Mm.
unlike Zoom. Um, but my doctor's office prefers to use Zoom.
Because and I can tell you that if I knew what was happening in 2020 and 2021, 2019 would be definitely the year to buy stock of Zoom.
Oh God, yes. God, yes. That would have been the time to sink at least half the money you have into Zoom, and
Yes, exactly.
people would have been going, "What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Just wait. Just
Just
trust me."
wait, just wait. Yes, exactly. Because I remember that they went like after it started in March 2020, the numbers of Zoom. I don't remember the article that I read, but they were like uh, uh, growing like 10,000% every day of the week or something like that, as they were introduced like to all the businesses, all the schools, and everywhere basically. So yeah, just nuts, just nuts. And we are using Zoom in the company as well,
And we have
obviously. So
another lady in the chat. Therefore, we are up to 4 in the chat today.
there you go, there you go.
It's like, yeah.
Ladies, you should really complain to YouTube that they are not recognizing you. They are sexist.
And good morning, Christian fandom geek. Uh,
And I see Jedi Bill is in the chat as well.
oh yes.
Who
Good
saw
morning,
who
Jedi
saw
Bill.
who saw the Spider-Man movie yesterday, and it was so funny because I was watching his movie, his review that he did on the phone, like a quick one, with not spoiling anything, and he said, go and watch, and the post-credit scene, you need to watch it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Anti-checker stream, like, I'm not going to spoil the movie, but one minor spoiler at the end of the end credit scene, and he said it out loud what it was, and I was like,
Oops.
okay, few more channels, few more. You know what? It's not. It's basically not an. It's not like a post-credit scene. Is It is a trailer. That's it.
Yeah,
Nothing more was said even on Salty's stream. So it was like, uh, okay, you want to avoid spoilers. Basically, just turn off the internet
exactly.
before you go and see the movie. The problem with me is that all the theaters are closed here,
Hmm.
so I would have to go either to Austria or to Czech Republic to see it. I can't go to Hungary because my Hungarian is extremely miserable, and they dub all the movies to Hungarian.
Ah,
In Czech Republic and Slovakia, we use subtitles. So
ah.
so they leave the original track. So and obviously I don't need the subtitles, but at least I can understand what they're saying.
Well, the other thing is, with the subtitles, you can actually go, really? They translated this to that?
Yeah, that's the
Ah!
that's the problem. You know what they are trying? They are trying really hard to fix to put everything in there. But usually, you have with the subtitles, you have only certain amount of characters that you can put like in 2 lines
Yeah,
of text. So they are shortening many things up. So
but I've
uh,
seen some, it's like, you, what? I mean,
yeah.
like, what was it? I was watching something. It was a little video that was done from the Christmas vacation where they were doing, where uh, Clark was on his rampage, and they so messed up half the stuff that was in there. It's like, dear Lord, who did this translation and
Yeah.
why?
Actually, I was reading up yesterday before I went to bed. I was reading an article here, and it was dedicated to the topic of subtitles and dubbing of all movies and everything. And there was a head of a studio talking here, local one, a Slovak one, and they were talking about how because the biggest problem that we have here on TV is that you need to watch the language. And the problem is that sometimes if you use in a movie something like an F bomb
Hmm.
or whatever slur is used, or basically something that is not like considered a polite language,
Correct.
they need to find a very soft alternative to put it. So sometimes it's like, instead of you dirty mother effer, they will say um, something like I can't even translate it, but very, very, very soft alternative. And the lady explained that the problem is, if it's a movie that is shown before 10 p.m., you need to watch the language.
Hmm.
After 10 p.m., if it's like official broadcast, after 10 p.m., you can put whatever you want. But the problem is that one day the movie will shift probably to an earlier time slot, not after 10 p.m., and they would have to rework the whole audio track
Yeah.
for because otherwise they wouldn't be able to show it, and to bleep out a movie is as well not allowed. So they need to basically work on something. Uh, so they need to find basically very soft alternatives. And in terms of subtitles, right now, for example, just imagine that Netflix is right now worldwide available, but only the biggest countries, like let's say Germany, France, Italy, they
Hmm.
get their audio tracks, so they get their movies dubbed. But most of the movies that I have on Netflix are basically original, and they put their in my region they put the German as a secondary language,
Right.
which doesn't help to many people who don't speak English or German here. So and Netflix wants to be more present on the markets. So what they are, and especially in those like really small countries that have like 5, 10, 15 million people living there. So what they are doing is they are trying at least to put up subtitles to the TV shows and to the movies. And the problem is that they are trying to push the costs extremely down, so that the bigger studios who have like professionals actually didn't accept the terms that Netflix offered. So Who is doing the subtitles? It's like students from universities who are willing to work for minimum wage, and there you see that the quality of the subtitles, even on Netflix, which is global player, are abysmal. The quality is just horrible on the subtitles. On the little number of titles that they have actually with subtitles, it's miserable. So
I mean, why even bother if you're going to do that? And yes, we do have another lady in the chat, Carla. And good morning, Carla.
good morning.
Great. Okay, and good morning, Resolute Germ. Good
When
morning,
you said
Prentice
I
Day.
cannot, when you said I cannot drink on the stream, you meant like water or coffee or alcohol?
Alcohol.
Okay, so I'm grabbing just a bottle of water because I'm I'm thirsty. That's allowed, I hope. Even it's
Oh,
sparkling water.
duh, of course.
Even
But
sparkling water is allowed, yes.
sparkling water is allowed, of course. Well, when I say alcohol, I'm talking about,
It's basically don't be wasted and don't speak in cursive. Yeah,
correct. That would be correct.
which is more than understandable. Yeah. Jesus, so many windows.
Are you taking lessons from Bird now?
Why?
Oh, I you meant Windows. I thought you meant tabs.
No. I'm talking about physical windows on the house that I promised my wife that I'm going to clean today. Because I have my day off, basically even the whole next week off, and she's still working. So I told her that okay. Anyway, being 6'6", it helps me because I don't need like additional steps or something to be able to reach to the top of the window.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, basically that's what I'm going to do right now. It's cleaning the windows and talking to you, if you don't mind. But I'm definitely not going to read the chat. So,
And yes, we do have 54.5 Access Radio in the chat today.
is he putting out once again weird hashtags about me? About goat milk and more cats and so on and so on.
Well, he simply asked if goat milk is allowed.
Oh, if goat milk is allowed. Yeah, you know what? I think as long as internet doesn't transfer smells, goat milk could be allowed. But otherwise, trust me, the smell of goat milk is just the worst.
It's funny because I don't like the smell of buttermilk,
Hmm.
but oh my god, if you add it to stuff, fuck yeah. I'll have buttermilk pancakes over regular anytime. You
Hmm.
put a glass of buttermilk in front of me, you're like, uh, there better be money in this. Because, yeah.
But you know what? It's basically the same when why do we end up always talking about, but it's my fault, about goat milk and that stuff. Goat milk is horrible. Goat cheese, once you have a product made out of it, is actually really good, so
And yes, I had forgotten about that. Dave G. Sound says, Yosef, it's almost to the day a year ago you cleaned your skylights on Cap Stream.
Can be that it is the time of the year. We are cleaning the windows usually like 2-3 times a year. Usually 3 times a year. It's and I spoke about it. I think I was on Salty Stream. Or Bird Stream. I don't know. It's basically Easter, Christmas, and somewhere then in the summer.
And
And
speaking of bird,
Hello, world. It's Birdo Bray 5. Kapla.
Kapla Bird,
Ah,
good to hear your voice.
thank you. It's good to be home after being told you have a blood clot. Not
And
often.
have you been to the hospital? No.
No, they said a different doctor said you'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Not crazy, but basically said she doesn't understand why anybody would send me to a doctor with the symptoms I have. I'm stable. I am what I am. There's COVID going on and it's going up like crazy in this area. Apparently right now, she said 40 new COVID patients today or something like that. She's like, no, you stay home. I'll send you a blood thinner. I have it this morning and we'll treat it with that. So got it knocking wood and hoping that that's all we need to do. And
Yeah,
we'll
because
see.
blood clots are not like, okay, it's obviously a bad thing, but it's not like uncommon, and you can usually treat it with blood thinners. I was a little bit surprised when you said that you are going to a hospital, most probably, on Twitter, because I saw your Twitter message. So I was a little bit surprised because usually, but I always say that you are a special case, with
That's the thing. And that my primary care doctor, as wonderful as she is, there's only so much she can do. She's got a lot of patients, and she can only put so much time to any one person. I think once it's above her pay grade, like a blood clot might be, she just sends people to the hospital. Because she generally treats the elderly and other homebound people.
right?
So they're generally not in the best of shape. Not that I'm in the best of shape, but they're generally older, not in the best of shape, and have multiple issues. So it's probably the safest thing. And if COVID wasn't going on, it might be still the best case scenario. But I guess for right now, maybe not.
Yeah.
Because I always assumed that, this was my thought. You had a blood clot, you went into the hospital, they adjusted your blood thinners for 24 to 48 hours till they were happy with it. Then they let you go home with a prescription.
Yeah, unless they decide to do something like one of those, like local surgeries where they basically pierce your
Right.
vein
Yeah.
with one of those balloon thingies where they remove the blood clots or something.
Mhm. And for what it matters, if it does at all, that 12 years ago when I first got sick, they put in a blood clot filter, a permanent blood clot filter, to supposedly prevent clots from traveling to my lung and brain from my legs. And
Right.
that's where the clot is, in my leg. So, even if it did move, it should get, stuck in the filter rather than become a problem
I didn't even
somewhere
know that
else.
there is something like a blood clot filter.
Yeah, they're called IVF filters.
Yeah.
Let me go check on Andrew.
I simply hope I will never need something like that.
Yeah, it's not. I was out when they put it in. I think they just put it up through a to a leg vein or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no idea. I have no recollection of them ever putting it in. I was totally out when that happened.
Was it when you were in a coma?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And yes, everybody, later on, go ahead and check out Jedi Bill's Spider-Man review if you have not already.
It was a short video. It was a short video. Yeah. And it's spoiler free, so you can watch it easily. No problem.
How long is the video? Just out of curiosity.
I don't remember. It was. He filmed it on his cell phone when while walking out of the theater.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a few minutes. Let's go to my history. And here it is. It's a 2.5 minute long video. I can put the link in the chat.
Of course.
So. Ah, the Jedi Bill just did it. Okay, he put the video in
Cool.
there.
All right, NB is planning on a double feature, Spider-Man and Ghostbusters. And go ahead and bring on NB while I'm going to get a cup of coffee. And Joseph, there's Milton back. And we've got Milton as well. And
Crikey, Governor.
behave yourself. I'm getting a cup of coffee. Milton.
Okay.
And
That requires
Milton,
the coffee black.
We had a video a few minutes ago, so
Okay.
we need to use it sparingly.
Fair enough.
Because otherwise Janeway will overtake the stream, and then we're screwed. You know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Is Ghostbusters available on some streaming service, or is it the theaters only?
For right now, as far as I know, it's theaters only.
Okay.
My family all got to see it a couple of weeks ago. I was sick, so I couldn't go, and then I was going to go the following weekend, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but I just couldn't make it out to the theater. So I looked at the schedule yesterday for Spider-Man, and I was like, well, okay, Spider-Man starts at 1:30. It's 2.5 hours. Ghostbusters starts at 4:20. So Spider-Man will get out at 4 o'clock, and then I'll just be able to go in with my kids. Well, assuming they're up and willing to go, then we're going to go catch that. They've seen the movie. I haven't yet. And I still want to see it. I want to have that theater experience of it.
Yeah, and I envy you a little bit, because once again, I'm not sure if you heard it. Theaters here are closed, and I would have to go to literally to different countries to watch it. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing that. So honestly, the same will happen to me with the new Matrix movie.
There's no theaters open in your country.
No, because
the Matrix movie,
that will be on HBO at least. So
yeah, the Matrix movie is going to be on HBO. That I do know, because that's how I saw Dune. I didn't get a chance to see Dune in theater, but I was fortunate to get to watch it on HBO Max and absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And Resolute Germ does bring up a good point, Jedi Bill. Good review. You need to title it, though. The title that he has right now is currently December 16th, 2021.
Yeah.
And that's not going to draw clicks. I mean,
it will give you the few clicks from the community who knows you, but put there something like spoiler-free first impressions, Spider-Man spoiler-free first impression, and you'll be fine.
I
You
saw.
definitely have to put Spider-Man in the title. That you
Yes.
must, if you want to get anybody to watch it, other than those who already subscribe to you.
I saw Latino Slant Paulie's. He did a quick one right after he got out of the movie theater, and he had very very positive things to say. Spoiler free, but he did have very positive things.
You know what? Every single review that I watched about the movie, and honestly, at this stage, I even don't mind spoilers because I know that I'm not going to see it in theaters, and at least not in the foreseeable time. And I will be not
sorry to hear that.
I will not be able to avoid all the spoilers, so I don't mind it at this time. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I still have no spoilers, so I have no idea if we get like all the all the Spider-Man previous actors in that movie or not, or whatever.
You know, I remember back when we were all probably growing up at our ages. You know, there was a rule that we didn't talk about spoilers of a movie to maybe a week or two later. That is that is impossible now. I see people getting mad because they're like, "Why are you putting spoilers?" Like, you open up your web browser and you have a movie like, say, Spider-Man that comes out, a movie that we all know is probably going to, go big at the box office, and they literally are spoiling things in the fucking titles.
And screenshot, yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem.
Or they
That
release the song titles, and the song titles reveal
Oh,
stuff.
there you go too. Yeah. I mean,
What's the
unfortunately,
point of this?
I know the movie. I already know all the spoilers. I'm not going to mention them. I just happen to know them
don't.
because
I might be able to avoid it.
then you're lucky. It was impossible for me to avoid. They were just all over the place. The titles were everywhere. People were posting it on Twitter. It was just like, okay, I give up.
Yeah. You know what? This was as well. I don't know who it was, but somebody posted like a spoiler for the Mandalorian, the last episode where Luke came to the rescue, and
Yeah.
somebody posted basically the thumbnail with Luke Skywalker from that episode, and I was like, okay, spoiled.
Thanks, asshole. I remember that day very well. I remember I had forgotten it was today the final episode of Mandalorian season 2 was going to come out. I had just got up. I think I hit Twitter real quick. I just looked, and all of a sudden I start seeing things about Mandalorian, and I was just like, I shut my fucking computer down. I'm like, okay. I did not read anything. I let my eyes get away from it. I shut it down. Like, okay, I'm obviously going to go have to fucking watch this thing before I can get back on here.
Yeah.
I would have hated that. That would have sucked to have that spoiler, to have that taken away. And that's what I don't like with a lot of people who do these things sometimes. I get it. I get why people, it's okay. Let the rest of us, when we wake up at our different times and we have our time to do it, we can't get to it right away. Why are you ruining the experience for everybody else? Just because you got to see it first. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem, that they do it for the clicks, but actually, I don't know. I would. I'm not sure if I wanted something like that, and I would actually encourage people to unsubscribe from channels who are doing that.
Oh, I did a mass exodus yesterday of my channels, or channels I was subs to.
See, I can understand people doing the either the spoiler or spoiler-free reviews. I don't
Or
have an issue with that.
or call
How,
it, but call it in the name of the stream
exactly,
or video. This
Exactly.
is
exactly.
spoiler free, or this is full spoilers and no
Hmm.
thumbnails that would reveal whatever. And if there is like Spider-Man review, full spoilers, okay, I know I'm not going to click on that video.
But
Or
you
there
run
are,
into the problem,
yeah.
and one of the things though is you run into that problem where it's not even necessarily our the YouTube channels. It's you go to Yahoo, you go to Twitter, and it's just boom, 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 trend, Spider-Man, this, that.
Yeah.
They
See, that's the other thing with Twitter. With YouTube, you can choose whether you watch a video or not. With Twitter, however, people are like posting shit up, and it's like, God, really?
yeah, I
And
mean,
yes, Professor Brady Speck, Salty Trekker, and I both complained about LDG doing that because I remember it was Luke who's back, and it was
Oh yes,
released,
no, he
yes.
did not. Well, yes, he did, obviously.
and
That's
it was released right before I went live. So I happened to see this, and it's like,
see, I'm going to do a review probably tomorrow. I'll do two separate reviews. I'm going to do one on Spider-Man and I'm going to do one on Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters, I will probably do spoilers for because it's been out for a few weeks. Spider-Man, I will do a spoiler free.
Yeah. You know what? With the Ghostbusters, definitely not a problem, because it is already like 2 to 3 weeks out or whatever, and those who wanted to see it without spoilers had their chance, and I didn't have my chance, but I have to. But I think those 2 3 weeks are more than enough. But at least the opening weekend, give the opening weekend for a movie, because the biggest fans are anyway going to watch those movies on the opening weekend. Give it at least the 4 days, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and as of Monday, feel free to uh, talk about spoilers and your impressions and everything, but give the
Well, I mean,
people at
like,
least
for
the opening
example,
and
weekend.
I wouldn't have quite put it that way, but he does say it's common courtesy, like not farting in someone's face, and greetings, Mountains of Elysium.
well, I mean, okay, so the movie came out, I guess, Spider-Man came out on Wednesday night. I don't know if it was a midnight show, whatever. I didn't look. I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it Thursday, so figured for Friday. Thursday freaking morning, and I wake up. I pop up Twitter. It is just boom, boom, boom. Hey, just tell me the whole fucking movie while you're at it already.
Good morning, Darius Munchausen. And yes, let's see here. Yeah, common courtesy. Yeah,
Came out.
that's the thing. I would list it as a either a full review or a spoiler-free review.
I
That
agree.
way, it's just
I would agree with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. People can choose if they want to watch a spoiler free or they want to watch something with spoilers if they don't mind. I mean, depending on, I think we could all probably say that we've had some movies or some TV shows where we were okay knowing the spoilers. And then some movies where like we wanted to hold out and not know the spoilers. Just depended on the movie.
And I would agree with Professor. I would do two videos for the one.
Well, that's what I said, Professor.
No, I mean both a spoiler and a spoiler-free version of each.
Oh, I got you. Well, I'd be able to DM him if he allowed me to unblock him.
There's okay. And
Oh, you didn't know that story. He told me to block him.
let's see here.
I'm not allowed to watch movies at the moment. I'm only allowed to go to the supermarket.
Did you misbehave?
I'm unclean. I'm one of the unclean ones, so I'm not allowed to go to anywhere other than the supermarket. I'm not even
Oh,
allowed
Unclean.
takeaways.
Just,
Okay.
I
just
don't
wait.
I
Just
don't have
wait.
my governmental papers.
And I
Everybody
highly
else is
recommend you
allowed to have
don't.
fun.
Wait a minute. Unclean? Are you saying you're a leper? What they do? Put you in a leper colony?
No, even
He's
worse.
trying to
Even
be
worse.
respectful of the stream and not mention this certain thing that's being talked
Gotcha.
about.
Gotcha.
I haven't accepted the needle craft, so everybody else is allowed to have fun that has, but I'm not. Because my government is ran by an evil dictator.
you know what? It's the
Emphasis on
same.
death.
We have the same situation here. Basically, the same rules apply.
You have to have a special pass to do anything, like in
Mhm.
World War II Germany.
Yes, yes.
And
You
we've got
would think
Santa
you would-
Bill.
Hey,
Bill.
good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
You would really think that show me your papers would be a bad thing to say to people.
You would think.
Hey, Santa Bill.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good.
How the heck are you?
Pretty good. How are you, Santa?
What's up, Milton?
I'm pretty good. Hey, you remember my name? Why do you keep giving me coal?
What? Because you're often bad, dude.
Well, besides that, if it gets cold there, you'll be able to have something to burn for warmth. And
I just thought because you enjoy barbecuing so much. I don't know.
and you can use this for in place of money. So
when I was a 14-year-old, and by the way, I was an adorable 14-year-old. I literally asked Santa Claus for a huge lump of rainbow coal and a huge lump of silver coal. So yeah, I literally got coal in my stocking for being a good kid. I still got them somewhere, actually.
Cool. And we have one of our non-female females joining the stream.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Raquel.
Morning.
Good morning.
Bill.
Isn't it nice that YouTube doesn't consider you female?
I did not know that.
Super Saiyan Girl is awesome.
Hey,
She's
Milton,
a great
long
guy.
time no see. How's it
I
going?
know. I normally see you on GC Miller's.
Where?
On GC Miller's in Creepy Little Book.
Oh, I'm in a creepy little book. I guess I caught you. Like, I don't know. P's been MIA for a few days.
No, I keep missing him because he keeps doing it during my sleeping hours.
Ah, maybe that's why.
Yeah, I should tell him not. I should tell him not to be on during my sleeping hours. He has to be on while I'm awake. But
Yeah, go ahead. Give him your schedule and say, this is when I'd like you to not stream.
Exactly. Like, I think we've done it, haven't we?
And you can most assuredly guarantee that's when he's going to stream.
I'm an asshole.
We know that. We got the whole point, Everybody can be who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, Super Saiyan Girl, why aren't you on my new Discord?
On your new Discord? I thought I was already in your Discord server.
Yeah, I have to keep making a new one every time I get a new phone because it's easier.
Oh, so the one I'm on right now, you're not on that one anymore?
No, I tried accessing it. I forgot the passwords, so I gave up.
Oh,
sorry.
You forgot your password for the one I'm in right now?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, by the way, anybody that's still on my Twitter, I haven't posted in a while because I don't know how to use it.
Ah. So, what's
So
your...
you're like the other billion people on Twitter.
Yeah.
So you have a new Discord server now, Milton?
Yeah, it's just Milton Knowles.
Okay, I guess you have to invite me in there because I
Yeah.
don't know how to do
I'll
that.
figure it out someday.
Ah, okay.
Okay,
It's
let
mostly
me
a self-help group for crazy people. You don't want to be there.
make it simple. You go to your group, like I'll go to mine real quick.
Oh yeah, Captain Trick's in there.
You right click on it and invite people. It's usually the second option. And then it'll give you a list of people to invite.
Sweet. I'll figure it out. Oh, I was trolling this person on Discord. I forgot about that. I'm ignoring your lightsaber. It's beautiful and sexy, and I'm ignoring it. Well, sorry, Captain Trick. I took your stream over. Sorry, man.
No problem, but you weren't doing that. I was kind of busy anyhow, sending out some stuff. So that's a good thing.
I had to look at the screen. What do you meant by I'm ignoring your lightsaber? Because otherwise, when you're just listening to the stream, it sounds so dirty.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Wrong
Sorry,
color.
I'm just-
Wrong color. And Brightest Day, you're more than welcome to join. You know how to. The link is pinned at the top of the chat because it's Friday.
You know what's
It's
weird?
Friday!
On Thursday morning, I don't know why, but I woke up Thursday morning and I thought it was Saturday.
Oh, I've done that.
Oh, I've been there before.
I'm like, didn't I skip a day?
No, you didn't.
Super Saiyan Girl.
Okay, we'll try it again. We would be honored if you would join us. There you go. Now I got the right color.
Much better.
That's what I love about it. That is what I love about these, really, is the ability to, have the color be personalized. The hilts are pretty standard. So, there's not much customization. I don't think there's really, other than color, that there's really a big difference. But they're pretty simple. They're elegant. I enjoy them. My son and I have had, 4 or 5 battles so far with these lightsabers. They do hold up very well.
You got the fight ready ones, eh?
Those are from a company in Bangladesh called Saber Masters. A lot of people I know use Ultra Sabers, which I understand why, because you can customize your hilt in more ways. However, Ultra Sabers is extremely expensive.
Well, was I wrong, Dave? Was I wrong? It was green.
It was green.
I'm sure everybody's lightsaber is green, but we should all go to the doctors. I'm not allowed to because I'm unclean, though.
Oh, but you can go to the supermarket at least.
I can go to the supermarket in the emergency room. That's it.
You just take it out in the supermarket and ask for opinions.
I don't
all the different colors it goes through, though.
I don't own a lightsaber, but I like to get one if I could.
I will get you a one-way ticket to the county jail.
I would like to get a purple one if I could.
Oh, absolutely.
My wife actually took.
Purple lightsaber.
I am gonna say this. Ultra Sabers is still doing Saber Masters is still doing a buy one get one free for Christmas. It's about $200 if you're willing to pay that for both of them. I don't know if my discount still applies. I have no damn clue. But I ended up buying 4 of them, and I mean, getting something from overseas ain't exactly the easiest thing nowadays. But I managed to get them I managed to get them within a week. Once my bank, approved the transaction.
I'm still saving up for a fancy chair.
Nothing
you
wrong with
definitely
that.
need that. You definitely need that, Milton.
Yes. I need a fancy chair and a royal purple katana. A black and royal purple one.
Make sure you get a chair with a good lumbar support.
Oh yeah, and I'm trying to get a matching kimono to go with it so I can look like a true psychopath.
Why would you want to look like a psychopath? Why don't you just be like me and be a sociopath?
Exactly.
You sound like my therapist right now.
No, I'm just saying because unfortunately, all psychopaths are also narcissists.
But I'm extremely great and beautiful. You don't know, man.
Well, you do have certain narcissistic tendencies there, NB. So you never know.
Yeah, of course I do. Look, I've never said I don't have some narcissism. I mean, this is me we're talking about.
Oops, wrong one. Gotta make it go around. I was posting pictures of me shirtless to my Skype group.
Did you Skype? Did you?
Yeah, I'm under Milton Knowles on Skype. It's the same as my channel logo. It's public. Anybody can join it.
I haven't used Skype in I don't know how many years now.
I can actually tell you exactly the last time I used Skype. It was 2016. That was the last time I used Skype. And the reason why I know that is because somehow my ex-fucking wife found my Skype account and called me.
Lovely. 6 says YouTube attracts narcissists.
I don't doubt it.
And that's a interesting, nice beard there, Milton.
I know. I'm pointing out to MB Geek that he has nothing in comparison to me.
This is true.
Just for full disclosure, NB Geek here had to compromise with Madam Geek to stay married. I think that's fair.
Okay, Peach Fuzz.
Milton, I hate to say it, I agree with you, but yes, he made the right choice in order to appease his wife. So I guess
Hey, trust me, Milton. I'm gonna see if I can get just a little bit, yeah, to do that. Yeah, I miss that. I miss.
I know. That's the only reason to have a beard is just to go. I see.
Maybe he ought to change his name to Woke Now Geek.
No, not a chance in hell. I did a video yesterday because I couldn't believe it that I saw somebody do a video in an article, and I think it was the quartering, and I had to do a video on it myself. I was like, D&D removing certain things from the next edition because of systematic racism. I was like, you've gotten into my pen and paper RPG, you sons of bitches. I said, okay, now there's blood in the water.
I like the racism my D&D character receives. I mean, That's the only reason why you pick a. That's the only reason why you pick a character that's part animal, is so people keep calling them a furry, and they can just turn around and go, "F you."
One of my favorite characters I created, actually, two of my favorite characters I created was two different game systems. We were playing Palladium,
Mm-hmm.
which is a D&D style fantasy, high fantasy, just another company. I created a troll, and I did two things different with a troll. I worked with the GM, and I said I want him to have the highest IQ and the highest physical attraction a troll can have. And he goes, "Well, why?" I said, "Because I want him to be an ad liar to what normally we see in trolls." He goes, "Are you wanting, like humans or something to be attracted?" I said, "No, no, no, no." I said, "I just want him to be different, more intelligent, more." And he's like, "Okay, well, what do you want to sacrifice?" I'm like, "Well, okay, let's go with physical prowess, physical strength." I mean,
in other words, you wanted to create a role playing version of yourself.
I just wanted to play. I wanted to do something different. Then when I did one of my favorite characters in Vampire the Masquerade, which I just got on eBay before I came on here, and bought 16 Vampire the Masquerade second edition and clan books, 16 of them. I was like, okay. I actually paid less for them now than I paid back when I was a child. And I was like, damn, I never should have got rid of these fucking things. But I played what was called a bloodline, not a clan. And I played a female who was a socialite. My main point of this character was she wasn't meant to be the type of character who, solves everything with fighting. It was more the social aspect, the talking and everything. It was, trying to get outside of my comfort zone at 17, 18 and just have fun. That was always, one of the most fun things. Sometimes my friends and I, we just get together, we'd roll up characters. We never play them. We just roll them up just for fun and talk about what we would love to see these characters do.
What, your friends have fun? They don't talk about how horrible everything is?
Yeah.
We don't have time to talk about how horrible everything is. We have lives to live.
Hang on. This is odd. At least tell me your friends systematically try to find out every personal detail about your life in order to systematically pull you down and then destroy you on every possible level just for the fun of it.
That'd be kind of hard considering the friends I'm talking about are the ones who we all saw each other at our lowest point and all picked each other up.
Wow. Me and my friends just try to tear each other down. We live very different lives, man.
This is true. This
Yeah.
is true.
If we're not making Zulot cry, we're not having a good day.
Why would it make anyone? Why do you want to make anyone cry?
That's
Zulot's
a good
40 is a
question.
reptilian. He deserves it.
Well, I'm going to tell you when it is okay to cry. Old Yeller and Where the Red Fern Grows.
Oh my gosh, the sad dog stories. No, I can't.
Yep.
I can't.
Sorry, those are the two that definitely come to mind.
Now, I'm going to move you, Raquel, so you can slap both Milton and NB Geek.
I'm actually not even joking. I never cried as a baby. The first time I cried was at my girlfriend's funeral. Second time, dog. Third time, my master's. That's it.
Yep.
So I'm a man. Or there's something really wrong with me.
First, I'd say the first passing in my family that hit me, I was 19. It was my cousin. My uncle had 3 daughters, and his middle daughter, unfortunately, died in a car accident. And I was 19, and I had just been in the Marine Corps now, not even 6 months. And I get the call that she's gone. Now, I wasn't very close with her, but I was close with my uncle. and his youngest daughter, my other cousin Ayla, I was very close with her. I spent a lot of time hanging out at their house, their family, and everything. That was the first time I heard about a death in my family that devastated me.
Wow.
So
Sorry,
Santa
man.
Bill, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Are you getting ready for your trip that's coming up?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Awesome to hear.
Where are you going?
Does that mean you're going to be streaming on Christmas, or what are you?
Around the world. Sure. We'll find a way to stream. The
Cool.
elves are all over that. Technical
Absolutely.
I just have a quick question. How many children have pissed on your lap this year?
Too many I can count. Way too
What
many.
is too many, man? What are you doing?
Most of them are
You know
wearing
the
diapers.
kids. You know the kids.
They get excited. They have to stand in line a long time. So
And
You know
then
what?
you get the
As long
really,
as it is not going into the opposite direction.
and then you get the really young kids who just like scream and cry.
I remember. I remember when I was in music class in middle school, and this was actually music history that we did, and there was a story that came out when the Beatles came to America, and there was a reporter there writing up the stuff, and the reporter started to notice the ground was really wet, and it turned out the people were so freaking excited, especially the females, that they ended up peeing their pants. And apparently it was that big of a deal that he had to actually put it in the article.
The only time I pissed myself was after I reached hospital, and at least it was blood.
What?
That's the only time I've wet myself since I was a wee child. Yeah.
well, I don't usually talk about this, but yeah, I had some issues with that after having my surgery before. So yeah, thankfully that's gone now.
Speaking of which, Cap, have they given you a fucking date yet?
Still waiting on the new doctor to call me. Thankfully, he's going to be calling me probably next week. But I'm not seeing the original surgeon. I don't trust him.
Considering everything you've told me and everything I've heard and how long it's taken, I don't blame you.
So yeah, I'm going with a different option. I'd rather find somebody who I think knows what they're doing better than the one I saw before. And that's why I'm not saying who it was, because I don't want anybody finding out. Not that stupid.
All I have to say is Doctor Who.
I would rather Doctor Who be doing it than this person.
Really, the current Doctor is very incompetent.
I was about to say, I don't think he meant 13. Maybe 1 through 12 in the War Doctor. I think Cap would be okay with that.
I liked the last Doctor. I liked like all the Doctors from the reboot thing. Like that's what I'm familiar with. Don't blame me. But this current one, like, actually, in their defense, they're an okay actor. It's just not the acting role for them.
There was a series she was in.
Torchwood.
What was it?
Torchwood.
No, not Torchwood. I can't think of the name of it. It had both her and David Tennant in it, and David Tennant was the detective in. It was 3 seasons. I can't think of the name of the show, but it was decent. I mean, she showed she had good acting range. I just looks like she might not have been the right cast for this role as Doctor.
Is it that one where they had, I think they were called fractals, and they were going backwards and forwards in time? Well, backwards initially.
No, I think you're thinking of Dark.
No. Yeah. I'll pull it up. I'll pull up the show. Actually. Don't worry, I'm just doing that for me. I'm probably not going to say it.
Bird, what'd you do to Captain?
Did Cap leave? Or he
He's
probably
not here.
dropped. He probably
Yeah.
got dropped.
You leave Birdo Prey alone. He's a sweet, innocent soul.
Absolutely.
He could do no wrong, even if he did wrong.
Well, when you are the ultimate decider of right and wrong, you do only what you choose to do.
The heck, it should be on my playlist.
SSG. How do I say your name properly?
Who, me?
Yes, ma'am.
Raquel.
Raquel. Okay, I wanted to make sure that I was right on that. I have a very bad habit of not saying words or names exactly how they're pronounced.
Oh, that's okay.
Primeval.
By the way, Raquel, nice to meet you. I think this is the first time.
Yes, hello, Raquel.
Hello, Bird of Prey, Brandon Menace, Grandpa Geek.
I probably would have pronounced it Rachel,
hello.
even though there's no C. But
well, you have my wife, that's actually her name is Rachel, and then you have to deal with, does it have the E in it or not, and then is it Rachel or Rochelle? Sometimes it'll be pronounced the same way. Trust me, I've been doing this my whole life. My mom's name is her actual given name is Teresa, but everybody calls her Teresa or Terry. I'm probably the only person who ever refers to my mom, other than calling her mom, when I refer to her name as Teresa.
I don't like all this gendered speech. I mean, I find it to be very triggering, and it should be they, them.
okay, Milton.
Hey, number one.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Milton's going to have a seat at the kiddies table. And I don't mean kids. I mean kitties. That's Joseph's. The kiddies table is the table Joseph sets up at Christmas for his cats.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. How crazy must your household be to have a cat table? Now, don't get me wrong. I condone it. I would love one. But how bad must your household be?
It's not bad. It's just that you have an abundance of cats.
I have 2 cats, and, well, I guess technically I guess they have a table because they eat, we put their food on the island. So I guess that's their table.
I have a cat. Oh, go ahead, Milton.
Oh, sorry. My cats used to eat cats.
What?
That is not uncommon in cats.
Poor kitty.
He was so squishy and cuddly.
I have one cat, and I usually put her food bowls on these seat benches, so it's like almost a cat table.
My cats have to have their food out of the reach of the dogs because otherwise they would starve, and my dogs wouldn't be able to walk.
We've had to since we adopted Gizmo, which for those of you who don't know, that name of my Burmese mountain dog was given to me by, and it was suggested by somebody on this panel. Anybody want to care to take a guess on who it was?
Me?
No, Milton, it was not you. He's kind of at the top left.
Top left. Well, it wouldn't be
Okay,
good
I'm
if
screwing
it
with you.
was.
Okay, I'm giving you guys, and I'm not gonna make a big deal out of that. Bird of Prey 5. We were talking names for my puppy after we adopted him. We hadn't settled on one, and it was Bird of Prey who came up with the name Gizmo. And everybody on the panel and everybody in the chat just was like, yes, that's the name, including myself. So what we've had to do with Gizmo, though, is because he's still growing and he's growing to be a very big dog, we have to separate him and put the other two dogs, Luke and Jade, in a separate room so they can eat their food so he doesn't go and wolf down his food and then go after their food.
Oh.
He's only 7 months old. The other dogs are 7 years old. What do you expect? He's a grown puppy.
Do you know what I was going to name my dog if he wasn't already named?
No.
Dog. That's why his middle name is Dog.
My actually Gizmo being a purebred, he's what we have in America called AKC registered. So I had to give him a full name, and my wife came up with the nickname Little Bear. And the reason why is because his freaking paws are huge. I mean, out of any dog we've ever had in our life, these are like the biggest paws we've ever seen on a dog. So she came up with the term Little Bear, and I decided to make that his middle name when I filled out the registration.
My dog's full name is Spooky Dog Knowles. Because he's cute. And he's scary as hell sometimes. He killed my pet mouse today. The one that used to live, the one that lived behind the kitchen stove that used to go up to me for food.
You kept a pet mouse?
Well, it was just a mouse in my house that I was just nice to, and it started eating food out of my hand.
You know what? I'm a member on Facebook in a group about gardening, and right now, since it's the winter season, people are putting posts like how they're creating like bird feeders for their gardens, so that the birds can get some food and everything, and how nice it looks. And I was like, okay, your bird feeder would be my cat feeder, basically. because I can tell you that I have like 4 cats and they all are hunters because they all are adopted like from the street, so the instincts with them are really strong.
Joseph, did I remember correctly? You were the one who said one of your cats was adopted by the dogs.
Yes.
Yes, I heard that story the other day when you said it, and I told that to my wife, and she absolutely loved it.
Yeah, they literally. I sent my dogs into the garden to chase the cat away because I was like, okay, I have 2 cats, I don't need any more cats, and they basically ran to the cat, and the cat froze, and I was like, okay, what's going to happen now? And then like 2 bodyguards, the cat in the middle, and the dogs beside the cat, they walked over the house directly from the middle of the garden. And the garden is like behind the house. It is probably something like 75 yards. And then they were somewhere like in the 2/3 of the garden. So I was watching them like walking probably like 50 yards, walking with the cat in the middle between the two dogs towards the house. And I was like, okay, I think right now we have another cat. Yeah.
The only
Choose.
thing I wish, which is a great story, I just wish you could. I wish we could have seen that on video.
You know what? Exactly. I was like, if I could just film it, but I literally just opened the terrace door, like the screen door, like, okay, go and chase the cat away, and they hesitantly ran away, ran towards the cat. The cat froze there, was sitting there, probably thinking, I saw you have another cat there. And my dogs, obviously knowing cats, they wouldn't hurt it. My dogs never hurt another animal.
Well,
So
they weren't raised that way.
yeah, no,
And yes,
definitely not. Yeah.
yes, 54.5 Access Radio. Hashtag more cats for Yosef.
You know what? But I told a story on I think here on Captain Stream as well. But one of my cats ran away last week on Wednesday. When was it? Wednesday or Tuesday? I don't remember exactly. And we were like, okay, looking for that little bastard everywhere. And my wife was crying, and we were sad because, yeah, the little bastard showed up like 2 days ago.
Off
No,
to an adventure, huh?
no idea, no idea where he went. But all my kids are neutered, so it shouldn't be like because of the instincts or whatever. But I think my assumption is he was locked up in a shed or something, because it was was it yeah, it was Wednesday. On Wednesday evening around 6 p.m. It was already dark outside. I let the cat out because they usually just go out for like 30 minutes and they come back, and it was getting cold, and and it was supposed to snow the next morning. And he went away, and I was waiting for him to return till like 4 a.m. Nothing. And
You think he just found maybe a shelter and stayed
uh,
warm?
I don't know, but as I say, my idea is that since it was supposed to snow, that some neighbor, because we have like here garden next to garden next to garden, and usually like bigger yards everywhere, and some people have like different sheds and like abandoned places in their yards, and they probably locked it up because they knew that it's going to snow. The cat was hiding there, and so it was like almost 1 week, basically exactly 1 week without food and water. I can tell you that he came home thinner, hungry, and thirsty. But so glad that he's back. And I can tell you that since then, when he went out like in the garden, he was literally walking like 10, 15 feet away from the house, and he came back since then.
Basically, he's like, I'm not doing that shit again.
I'm not doing that shit again. Yeah, exactly.
My wife this morning, it was funny when she was going to work. She's like, can you close she wanted me to close the front door. And I was like, what? Who do you think's going to go out? She goes, well, Caramel. I'm like, how many times has Caramel ever gone outside? She's like, once or twice. I said, yeah. And what happens when Caramel gets outside? Gets about 5 feet and runs back in, because it's like, Caramel, she's like, screw this outdoor stuff. The other cat, Mocha, will go outside. All three dogs will go outside. And Mitters, Caramel, and we call her Mitters a lot, is literally the one time we tried back in South Carolina to take her outside to introduce it to her. All she did for the 5 minutes we tried was Paul at the door, be like, "Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in." What the fuck is this?
Good morning, Eric Sander, and just for you because you woke up late. Let me take care of this real quick.
Listen to me very carefully because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
Just for you, Eric. Just for you.
I have one question. What does she mean by organic suspension? I've never understood that one. I guess I'd have to look it up.
A suspension is basically a mix of a solid and a fluid. And organic
is any chemical with carbon.
And organic coffee is a plant-based dust, basically.
Yeah, I don't think it means organic, like organic on a label. Just an organic chemical is any chemical, like organic chemistry is pretty much any chemical with carbon in it.
My favorite coffee is a chocolate frappuccino with lots of whipped cream and chocolate sauce on top, but it has to be an iced chocolate one. And for some reason, whenever I was in Christchurch with my master, he wouldn't pay for it because it was embarrassing or something.
You just described something that I would call a liquid dessert, not a coffee.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
the sort of thing he said to me.
Hey, Captain Truck. Yeah, I
Yes.
noticed something. For all the talk of coffee, we've never actually gone over, how we all like our coffee. So, for example, let's start with you. How do you like your coffee?
Cream and sugar, of course. Actually, I think I'm going to have to make an edit to a couple of my items in my store because just for that reason. I'm gonna have to think of that. What about yourself?
Myself, it used to be cream and sugar, but all the time during my time in the Marine Corps, being out in the field so much, cream and sugar weren't really available, or what we had was that fake cream and sugar, that artificial shit. I ended up, after about 6 months, going to black coffee, just straight black. And I've very rarely do I go back to anything other. But I will say this: every now and again, I will put some brown sugar in because there's something about the way brown sugar tastes in coffee that just when I'm in a mood where I want something very calming, something about that hint of the brown sugar and it being in the coffee and the taste of it that is really.
Well, see, that's another thing that can be added to the filter. That way, it kind of lessens the bitterness of the coffee without, overly sweetening it. You can just add a little bit to it.
Putting the brown sugar in with the coffee grounds.
Yes.
I never thought of that.
That way, it's not overly sweetened. It's not overly flavored. It's just it kind of gets rid of the bitterness. And good morning, Keely Chow.
Roll Tide, brother. Roll Tide.
Good morning.
Airvex Saunders says hazelnut cream and cinnamon.
Ooh.
My wife hates hazelnut. I'm just going to say that. I don't mind hazelnut, but my problem is cinnamon. I don't know if this makes sense to people. Oh, sorry, Cap.
If people in the chat will do me a favor, please, this is both the mods and non-mods, please go ahead and report the spam, because
what I was going to say, Cap, is I can't handle artificial cinnamon smell.
Oh no, it's disgusting. And yes, 54.5 access radio. I guess that's intended for Yosef, who has apparently, according to 54.5, coffee with sheep's milk.
No, actually, I drink my coffee Janeway style, and so coffee black. Sometimes I put honey in it, but usually I know honey sounds weird, but yeah, it's not normal, not even here. But usually I drink my coffee black, but I prefer African blends or Indian blends
Hmm.
because exactly of the acidic aftertaste that comes, let's say, from South American blends
Right.
or yeah.
And Mountains of Elysium says, I'm so bitter that all coffee tastes like sweetener. Yes, but not all of us are from Ireland. So then he says, so I
Actually,
just add milk to my coffee.
I would not mind. I think one of these days I'm actually going to go to my neighbor's house and say, hey, um, can I buy a thing of goat's milk from you? Because my neighbor has goats. And I'm curious. I've never, I'm kind of curious of what it would taste like. Actually, what it would even taste like.
Vomit.
That's
Goat's milk isn't that bad. It's good. It just tastes like milk. Sort of like
Yeah,
sheep's milk.
like spoiled milk. No, I always say goat's milk. Goat's milk is basically like devil's piss, but everything that comes like products, like dairy. Can I call it? Can I call it dairy products as well? If it comes from like a goat.
Sure.
Probably yes, yeah. So all the products like cheese and everything like feta cheese, it comes from goat's milk and it's perfect. But the milk itself, the smell is horrible, and especially okay, you can drink it if when it's like really chilled, really chilled. Then you can drink it, but otherwise, I can't stand the smell.
Have you ever heard of deliberately giving somebody bad advice so they will do it?
Okay. Sorry. I'm not that horrible person. You know.
Hey, Joseph,
Like,
when you say you can't
Indeed.
handle the smell, is it an overpowering strong smell?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And Eric Sandra says, I had a salad the other day with goat cheese. Wasn't bad. Well, Yosef does like goat cheese.
Yes. Goat cheese, sheep cheese. I like it, but the milk coming from goat or sheep, no. It's like you really when you make like then products out of it. It's a completely different story than the milk itself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
The
Mountains of
dairy
Elysium
products are
used to
good.
drink,
The animal milk, no.
for whatever reason, Mountains of Elysium used to drink goat's milk when he was small. Remember, I used to really like it, but I haven't drank it since.
I
Hello?
remember my great grandfather loved buttermilk. Buttermilk was what he had
Oh,
at the dinner
God.
table. I'm just saying that's what he had at the dinner table. That was what he drank
I
every
mean,
night.
don't get me wrong. Buttermilk in stuff, and I said this before, buttermilk in stuff is wonderful. Drinking this shit, I tried it one time.
I tried. Yeah, I did the same thing. Now you got to remember, he grew up during the Depression era. So
Same as my grandmother.
what he would do is every night he had to have bread. Now it did not matter what dinner was on the table that Granny had made. There had to be bread, and he had to have buttermilk. And he would always dip whatever type of bread or biscuit or whatever in that buttermilk.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
That was just, and it took me a while, once I got older, I asked about that, and it said that was apparently something that was very common back then. something we wouldn't see now. But yeah, I tried buttermilk, and I mean, buttermilk for cooking, fantastic. Uh, Drinking plain, no, thank you.
Do you know what kind of milk you really should try, NB Geek?
What's that?
I don't know how well it works on goats, but I'd say it works probably even better on goats. What you need to do is give a cow about a handful to 3 handfuls of onion grass, wait about 5 hours, then milk it. It's delicious. Onion flavored milk. It's actually great for macaroni and cheese, though, I will
Oh,
say.
dear Lord. That sounds
Okay, Milton,
so
I'm
weird.
sorry to Milton, I'm sorry to say, but the only way that would happen is if I drove probably 10 or 15 miles to the nearest place I know where they have cows.
What?
What?
Are you one of these city people?
No, I'm not a city person. I live in the goddamn sticks.
I was going to say, I'd feel sorry for you if you lived in the city. Cities are terrible places. I've been there before.
Hey, Mountains of Elysium, are you saying Indian as India or Indian as Native American? I just want to try and make sure I know.
The India.
India. Okay, gotcha. Thanks, Cap. I've got to be honest. I think the best cup of coffee I ever had was in Thessaloniki, Greece. That's a really, I remember getting a cup of coffee. Maybe it was because, I was in a foreign country and things like that. But I do remember that cup of coffee being really good. I also remember the food being really good.
Let's see here now.
The best cup of coffee I ever had was my last cup of coffee. And the reason why it was the best was probably why it was my last. I put they come in like a box of 15, and I put about 15 packets of instant Frappuccino into a cup, poured in the hot water and mixed it up. And yeah, I found out why you don't do that. The table I was standing at the time, because I wanted to stay up all night to finish the table, was the actual rings in the wood were dancing.
That is absolutely not a sane thing to do. That's yeah. So please don't do this. If anyone's listening, don't follow
And
Milton's
that was a
advice.
mistake. That was a mistake, by the way. I didn't know about caffeine overdose. That was a mistake.
Ecuadorian coffee is also really. I don't think I've ever had coffee from Ecuador.
Ecuador. That sounds like a cool country. I should go there.
Well, at this rate, I'll probably never leave the United States again because, one, I'm not going to probably ever get back on a plane, especially with the current climate that we have. Yeah. Let's take a guy who is aerophobic and make him wear a mask when he has anxiety and put him on a plane. How will you think that's going to work?
I can say from experience, an anxiety attack with one of those masks on, I've recently found out is not a good combination.
No, they're not. Actually, when I went up to the VA a couple of days ago, I had to get some blood work and stuff done. I wanted to and talk to my doctor about my medications. And unfortunately, because of our current administration, with Brandon in charge, we have to wear masks in all federal locations, which includes the Veterans Administration. And I managed to make it almost the whole way. I would hide myself. I'd take the mask down so I could breathe. But when I got into the clinic area in the back room, And the doctor came in. I was like, okay. I tried to put the mask back on, and within 30 seconds, I had to rip the damn thing off. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't. I couldn't breathe.
And so, Bert, how are you doing?
Doing good, Cat.
Am I here?
No, Mom. I was talking to the YouTube.
Oh.
Hello,
How is
Mama
Mama
Pray.
Pray? I know she didn't
Mama
do much
Pray
for
is
her
waiting
birthday.
for. She thanks everybody for the birthday wishes, and I got her. I got Mama Pray a massage pillow, and she loves it.
Oh, good.
And,
Wonderful.
she honestly, I was surprised how much she liked it, to the point I feel bad I waited till her birthday to give it to her. I could have no reason I couldn't have given it to her 2 weeks earlier, but she has it now. So
Just one quick question, Bird of Prey. Was this a pillow
yeah,
you stole from a massage parlor, or
I
a pillow
didn't
that
steal the pillow. No, I ordered it from Amazon, like everybody does.
Sorry, I had to.
I was waiting if you're not going to give Mamo Prey one of those cuddlers.
No, I don't think Mama Pray wants a professional cuddler.
No.
Would you prefer a professional cuddler? Yeah.
Oh. Not just, but hell.
Not just no, but hell no.
I know two people.
Okay. So I'm going to recall my present. Okay.
I can hear you've got a happy cat there. I'm assuming that been clingy a little bit.
That keeps me warm
You're talking to
every
me?
night.
Really? And who's that?
Got 4 legs and fur.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Professional cuddler is sassy,
tail.
right?
And when I need to be woken up, I feel my legs getting licked. Yes, yes.
And good
or
morning,
your
Crimson
eyes,
Mist.
or your face. Sassy.
I can tell you
the
that
eyes.
my cats, one of my cats is like when she wants something, she jumps on the bed and she like licking the eyes, but not actually like licking the eyes, but opening with the raspy tongue, opening the eyelids, like open your eyes, wake up. And those are like the moments when I'm really considering donating her to a Chinese restaurant or something.
You are so bad, Yosu. Oh my god. Oh, you're going to start a new hashtag, by the way.
Is 54.5 radio still in the chat?
I'm sure.
Oh man, what did I do? What did I do?
Stop licking
It was
me.
10 minutes ago, so yeah.
That's the problem with me. I barely can shut up.
Oh,
my
whatever.
dog is in a sad mood because he accidentally killed a mouse.
Yeah, I've had my my dog I used to have was playing with a bird and accidentally killed it. It was all sad for days because was just trying to play. Was a puppy. And yes, 54.5 Access Radio is still in the chat.
Oh shoot.
Your dogs actually killed rodents.
Yeah, he accidentally squished it on a dinner plate in my bedroom.
My cat. Well, there was a bird in the house. course, my cat jumped up in the air and caught it, and I thought it was dead. But no, it was alive, and scared the bejesus out of me.
And you know why? Because cats, they like to play with their prey
Yep.
and torture it. Basically, if my cats catch a bird or a mouse, it's the last 30 minutes of a suffering for that animal.
When you think about it, aren't we all a bit like cats then in that aspect? Because I just love it when I catch an SJW online.
What?
I will befriend them, and then I'll be their best friend, and then I'll shatter their worldview just to hear them cry, and they will cry, and then they whine and they whinge, and it's why don't you like me anymore? Because you're a dick.
Oh.
You're a horrible person, you know.
Of
I
course
like
he
you.
is.
And that's why he gets coal.
Exactly. My dad had a Labrador who would hunt and even gobble up field mice.
Ew.
I'm really a reptilian. I'm not I'm not a human. You can't prove otherwise. Yes, Zulok, I can, Zulok. Try to turn into one now, Zulok.
Oh, Lordy. So, let's see. Oh, while I was having an issue before, I did think of a theme for Christmas, for the Christmas stream.
Oh, really?
Yes, it would be dedicated to NB Geek and his favorite movie of all time, A Christmas Story.
It's a good movie.
Ugh.
Christmas story.
I love the National.
Which one is it? Which one is it? The one with the three ghosts?
No, that's the Christmas Carol.
That's the Christmas Carol. Okay.
You'll sit your eye out.
My favorite Christmas movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah.
Which would be showing on Saturday.
This Saturday?
My favorite
Yeah.
Christmas movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, I did go.
What time is that, Bill?
My time it's nooner. I believe. I think that's what I had it set up.
I thought you were a sleepy boy, Spook. I thought you didn't want to come to my spooky dooky coffee. I know.
Oh, you're talking to your dog. Okay. I
Yes.
was like, it's weird.
Sorry.
No
All right.
worries. No.
So that would be like 1:00 Central Time.
Yes.
I know, spooky dog. You live up to your name because you go outside and you bark at night and it scares everyone. You're a good boy.
You know what?
Big
Barking
wolf
dogs in the middle of the night, I'm fine with it. But some of my neighbors have roosters, and there is one giant dick across the street here. And he starts with his morning routine at 2 a.m. And of course, every other rooster jumps on that wagon train and they just going. 2 a.m., 3
Oh, but
a.m.
these are cute.
Just horrible.
I used to have 4 pet roosters growing up, and they were so cute and cuddly.
Cuddly?
Cute
My
and
neighbors
cuddly.
loved me.
Oh dear Lord.
My
Do I have
neighbors
cake,
loved me.
Milton?
I'm actually not joking, Captain Trick. I used to sit on the fence, and my roosters would come up to me, and I used to feed them because they weren't allowed in the chicken coop because they fought in there.
So many bad jokes. So many bad jokes.
Absolutely.
That,
Too many.
there's a big red light right now in my head, like don't say it, don't say it. So I'm not going to.
Okay, fine. I'll describe them. I'll describe them to you if you got some jokes, just to try to get them out. I had a white speckled one that I called Grit. There was another white speckled one that I called Old Guy. He was the coolest. There was another one that there was a black bantam one, and there was another great big one. I don't know what breed it was, and it too was black with the greenish hues on the feathers that happen in the sunlight.
Uh-huh.
Said the great big.
And 54.5 access radio says hashtag 2 a.m. cock. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so as a child you had two big black roosters.
Hmm.
I'm not going to say the other word.
No, I know.
I had one small black rooster because it was bantam, and one big black one. Big, huge black rooster. What?
Why?
The way you phrased it would be easily clippable. Thank you, Milton. That's
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm actually telling the truth. Like, what's the issue?
because it sounds like you're
No,
talking about
it's
something
it's it's it's
completely different.
okay. It's okay because I always keep saying that I'm responsible for the words I'm saying, not for the I'm not responsible for the imagination of others.
This is
But
true.
unfortunately, my imagination always goes in the
Got a
wrong way. Yeah.
It's a good thing you
So
have. It's a good thing you have a filter. I can say
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm
My
trying. I'm
father had a.
trying.
Damn it! Now we're losing Milton. Shit.
Man. Just no.
Damn it. Okay, Milton, try to come back in. I don't know what happened.
Uh-oh.
Otherwise, unless his internet dropped, I don't know. That happens sometimes. He is in New Zealand, so
He's a Kiwi.
correct.
I would like to go to New Zealand one day, but but the problem is, and it's not even not even like the question of like money because it would be like extremely expensive. It would be slightly more expensive than going anywhere into a little bit more exotic country. But uh, I just hate I just hate airports and flying for long hours. And I cannot uh, allow myself to buy something like a first class or business class at least. So being squeezed in the seats of an airplane, despite those intercontinental airplanes are slightly bigger, it's still not built for somebody of my size.
No.
So I just hate it. I just literally when I have to fly somewhere like for 2.5 hours, I'm annoyed, and I hate airports.
Well, that's just why you say to the the stewardess or whatever you want to call them now,
Flight
uh,
attendant.
flight attendant. Yeah, that's it. Say, okay, what's your best alcohol? Bring me 3 bottles. Because they got those little bottles that they have. Just,
And usually in the airplanes they cost as much as a big bottle.
Exactly. I've never done it, but hey.
You know what? I bought like those small bottles, and they were. It's expensive because the small bottle is something like €3, was it, or something like that, which is definitely on a steep side at the airport, and I brought them in the plane with me directly on the plane. So
And
it was literally just to knock me out.
let me ask this, Milton. Are there lots of sheep in New Zealand? Okay, I'm not hearing from Milton, so I don't know what's going on. But according to 54.5 Access Radio, lots of sheep in New Zealand.
Yep.
Sorry, my mic cut out. There are lots of sheep in New Zealand, and we share them all.
So, yes, apparently the 54.5 Access Radio was telling the truth about there being a lot of sheep in New Zealand. So, for those who believe the myth that Joseph likes sheep's milk for whatever reason, it would be accurate.
Well, there's more sheep in New Zealand than people, and you'd think that we wouldn't be able to share them all, and you'd think people get worn out and sore and blisters and rashes from it, which they do, but we managed to share all of them.
Well, there are probably more sheeple in New Zealand than people anymore. Mm,
We don't do that. I don't know where you got that euphemism from.
Trust me, there are a lot of sheeple on Twitter. But anyhow,
I won't tell you why we call them sheepdogs.
okay, well, go ahead. Why?
Well, they chase sheep around for us.
Yeah.
Trying to herd them up.
Yes.
I won't tell you what dogs do to anything that's in the time of year when they're ready to breed, because that's not safe for YouTube.
This is true, and I do appreciate that.
Fortunately, my dog's not that creepy.
At least they're not as creepy as you. We do appreciate that, the fact that your dogs aren't creepy. And how are you doing, Jedi Bill?
Good.
Good to hear.
I wanted to ask, was it a joke, or are you really doing the Santa? Like,
His icon
somewhere?
Santa.
Jedi Bill?
What? Like, how do you mean?
When they were talking, when somebody was talking here about little kids.
Oh, no.
No, you're not. Okay. You could, actually, you could be a Santa.
Uh-huh.
What would you like for Christmas? Oh, forget about it. Like shattering the dreams of the kids.
Oh, that sounds more like you, Joseph, but you would need a suit that would be a little more filling for your body.
And basically, it would have to be really a cloak.
I reckon that we should ban Santa because he breaks into children's houses and he leaves them gifts. He's obviously up to no good.
Wait, children don't have houses. The children don't have houses. It's the parents.
That's even worse.
Maybe the parents are bad.
He
Yeah,
sneaks
breaking
into
and entering.
children's
Yeah,
rooms. He sneaks into children's rooms and does stuff in there
No,
while
no,
they're
no,
asleep.
no, 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 Milton, you're out.
No.
What happened?
Oh, that escalated quickly.
Yep, we're gonna change the topic completely.
it was so innocent talking about Santa, you know. And it immediately went the wrong direction, like, with two questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. No joke. Orgies up to 25 are allowed again in New Zealand. It was on the news yesterday. Oh no, if we have 26 people, they would be breaking the law. Dave says, not kidding. That's absolutely horrible. The Eastern Burkholder sheep's milk was a thing before cows. Makes great cheese. Once cows were specially bred to produce more milk, what they were fed than sheep. Sheep milk and cheese was too expensive. And it says, hello. And hello, Eastman Burkholder. How are you today? And yes, I hope you had a happy birthday. When was your birthday, by the way?
I think 2 days ago.
Ah,
Yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't remember. Yeah.
oh, it was yesterday. That was also Bird's birthday. It was 2 days ago. I'm sorry I missed your birthday. Um, but I'm glad you're here today. And let's see here. Excuse me. So let's see. What's going on, Raquel?
Oh, I'm just relaxing, listening to the conversation. Where
Cool.
did Milton go?
He's in timeout right now.
Oh, I wanted to ask him if he would invited me into his new Discord since he doesn't use his old one that I'm currently in right now.
I don't even know if I'm in his Discord. Um, or even what it is. So I'm in too many Discords. Just too many. I actually left several of them because it's like I'm tired of these. So yeah, bye bye.
I even uninstalled Discord because from my phone because it was just constantly going on, like constantly, and especially when there are people from different time zones,
Oh
it
yeah.
gets extremely annoying at those most inconvenient times. So I'm not even trying to do Discord anymore. Oh. But the good thing is I cleaned all the windows on the floor, and right now I'm like the upper floor, and right now I'm downstairs in the living room. Yay!
Let's fix something.
Very efficient use of time.
Let's see.
Raquel, I put that link in the studio chat.
I see it.
I like calling it studio chat than the other thing.
Yep.
Call it.
Oh, I thought it's like, hold on. It says 4/2. Oh, well, I'm getting my days mixed up. It's for tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. Today's Friday.
Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Easily done. Hours go by quickly.
And by the way, you're more than welcome to post that in the chat. It's not unless you don't want to.
No, I was waiting more towards the end, and I could do that.
Oh, okay. Just
That
letting
way.
you know. That way
Yeah.
you're not.
No, I was just waiting for it towards the end of the show. Oh. People can set reminders.
Absolutely. So, let's see here. Wow. At least we've gone over the 2-hour mark, which seems to be the magic number anymore. I don't know why. If I have streams that are under 2 hours, they go, oh, well, I guess it's not worth watching. So.
It's only 2 hours? How long is it?
So far, we've gone 2 hours, 24 minutes, 32
Okay, so
seconds.
it's almost 2.5 hours. Okay, fine.
Yep.
No, because yeah, and you were streaming as well before, so that's why it seems to be like way longer.
Yeah.
Than 2.5 hours because you had your drown Joseph's headphones in the soup stream.
Oh, poor Eustace.
Yeah, earbud.
Earbud.
But fortunately, they are waterproof, so my ears will smell like soup for a few days.
Well, what kind of soup was it? Let's just
just a chicken broth.
Chicken broth.
I mean,
I'm the master. I'm the soup master.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Go ahead, Bill. What
Which part? Which part? Yes, and I'm the soup master.
Yes, you are.
I am the soup master. No soup for you.
Well, it's
no
not
soup
like
for you.
It's not like it was borscht or anything,
Oh, borscht! If I can get my hands on a good borscht, I love that.
For me, it's loaded baked potato soup. Oh yeah.
With garlic?
No.
Yeah, I gotta get going for a while.
Sour cream and chive.
No problem.
Oh,
Bird,
okay.
Later, Bird.
Bird, are you going to be streaming today or not?
Today, Saturday?
No, today's Friday. Bed life.
Friday. I will try to do bed life.
Bed life.
I'll try to do bed life at normal time.
All right. So, thank you for joining Bird. And if Bird is able to stream today, it will probably be at 4 p.m. Eastern time for Bed Life.
Mm-hmm. So
Bye, Bird.
do get your dear bops in as soon as possible. For Bird of Prey 5 for all your Bird of Prey 5 needs.
And yes, and actually, let's start a new thing. Let's see here. Let's call him Santa Bird. Santa Bird. Let's see what Santa Bird will bring for Christmas. So write your Dear Bob letters starting with Santa Bird, and then ask your question.
Yes. That's a good idea, Captain.
And I'm curious what'll happen if people actually listen and write in Santa Bird, because don't forget to write in, Yosef.
I will try. I will try something extremely stupid.
I'll just go ahead and put my link to the watch party tomorrow. So there you go.
And let's see here. Well, okay. I know what Yosef's going to be asking for, of course.
Oh,
Probably
man.
goats or sheep.
Can you read it out for me because I'm not at a computer.
Read what out?
I don't know. You were laughing so I thought
No, I was
somebody.
just thinking. And Bert says, "Happy belated birthday to Eastman Burkholder."
Yes.
Yes, I think I was one of the first posting on her Facebook because usually because as the notifications change, for me it is obviously a few hours earlier than for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that I wrote this on a birthday wish there. So
There. Now I'm on Milton's server. Great. I got another server to have to deal with.
yeah. Another server to mute.
Correct.
Who's pinging me?
Jeez. I don't know. Would it be your wife?
Possible.
I'm going to go ahead and open that tab right now for your stream. Jedi Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Live in 20 hours. Set reminder. There we go. So, are you going to be doing any streams between now and Saturday, Bill?
Possibly. I'm thinking about it.
Cool. I know Joseph doesn't stream. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
I might do a stream after Birds today.
Cool.
But I have to see what Deech is doing because I know Deech was talking about doing a stream, and I don't want to interfere with his.
Let's see here. What did AG Sound say? Captain Trek, will you start your stream? When will you start your stream at Christmas, Cap? Will you be doing several segmented shows or a marathon? Actually, what I'm going to do is most likely just have one long stream. And it's going to start at the normal time. Most likely. And let's see here. Now it's down to just the two of us. So
where'd everybody go?
I don't know. They just disappeared. So what about you? Are you going to be streaming anytime soon?
I did it last night, actually.
Yes.
We did Funhouse Shenanigans last night. You just,
cool.
Hanged and talk.
Well, that definitely sounds like fun.
Yeah.
What time did it start? Just out of curiosity.
10 p.m. last night.
That would explain why I missed it because I was asleep then.
That's okay.
I like at least going to stream. Sometimes I admit it, I'll go to a stream and end up falling asleep listening.
Jerry Bill's back.
I went poof. Suddenly,
Yeah.
my internet went poof on me, and I went poof. Sometimes the internet, even when you have a good signal, it drops you for some reason.
Yeah, how weird how that is.
Yeah. Usually my internet's pretty good, but it has been slowing. I've wondered if there's either a hardware issue or like a weak or broken line. Maybe my modem's getting old. I don't know. I think I need to call my provider and see what's going on.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. My line to the house had to be replaced.
Well, here's the thing. I should have up to 150 download, and I'm only getting like 60 or 70. So and I'm paying for the 150. So god damn it, I don't know. Like I'm getting cheated. I'm being cheated by my own company. Or there's some problem like my modem or the line coming into the house or apartment.
It's either one of those. More than likely, I would. Well, either one can be replaced easily. I would just contact them about that.
Yeah,
maybe when they're out there to replace the modem, they can check the line as well.
Well, I hope they don't have to replace the modem. The modem that I have is one that I own, not that I rent or anything.
Ah.
So I don't want to have to rent one from them. Then that's an extra money I don't want to have to pay.
Really? Oh, yes. Whack-a-bot time.
Oh, again?
Yep.
Oops. Oh, nope, I didn't want to do that one. All right, got it.
And I love to do the whack-a-bot. It's one of the fun things to do. Now, if Milton will behave, I will bring him back on.
Hello.
Hello. I'm not allowed to make jokes, so I won't. I've been bad.
Yes, you have.
I've been
So, by the way, how is Christmas celebrated there in Kiwi Land?
A huge ham and a great big barbecue.
Cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Hey, I might post pictures to my Discord if you can bear the suffering.
Awesome.
I don't know if I can get anybody gifts this year or anybody can get gifts, so you probably won't see many presents, just money, but yeah.
Gifts are overrated.
Oh, I'm not allowed to because I'm one of the unclean.
In fact, the only gifts I even bother with are what's for the kids, because everybody else just like you've got everything you need. Kids don't need anything, but
I normally just give out money
they're
and a
still
stuffed
kids.
animal. Which is funny because I normally get less money back than what I give out.
Part of the process. It's a spirit of giving.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer a neutral financial exchange.
And let's see here. I'm off to work last day before Christmas break. And just for you, Aravic Sonder, one last time,
Listen to me very carefully because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
I wonder how many cups of coffee that woman had on the show.
Well, if you look at those small cups of coffee, those are awfully small. And you're welcome, Arabic. Have a good day.
Goodbye, Arabic.
I don't even drink coffee. I have a glass of orange juice in the morning.
Hell yeah, I just have Coca-Cola. And I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with Coca-Cola. I have a bottle and a half, so that'll get me through till tomorrow.
Speaking of which, I need to get some more. When I went to the store last time, all they had was cherry Coke, Coca-Cola.
Oh God, I feel sorry for
Really?
you.
That is now the funny thing is, if you go to like an old-fashioned fountain and get a cherry Coke, it's absolutely wonderful. The garbage that Coca-Cola puts out, though, is swill.
Oh, the Coca-Cola company even ruined Coke and Raspberry. I don't know how they did it.
No. Like I said, you would need an old-fashioned fountain, and if you want a mixed version of Coca-Cola. Now, Sonic Drive-In, which I doubt they have there, does a good job of that, but it's still not the same as an old-fashioned soda jerk. And there's still some around, believe it or not.
At the bar my master used to take me to when I was a teenager, I used to sit there having Coke and raspberries, and this is a biker's bar, by the way. And what started off was an animal-eared hoodie, and then I had an animal ear hat because I was a cool teenager.
Well, of course you were.
Yeah. And nobody dared diss me about it.
No, not at all. So let's see here. I know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be watching Jedi Bill stream. Hopefully, Bird's not going to be streaming. Well, it would be nice if Bird would be streaming later, but I hope he gets rest instead.
I like hearing the word about Bird. It's always good to hear the word about him. The word about Bird.
Well, I'm just glad that that he's not going to the hospital and things are going to be taken care of at home. So
he's a cool guy. He doesn't deserve to be sick. He's a cool guy.
Absolutely. At least we agree on that.
He's at least twice as cool as me, but don't tell him I admitted that.
I think everybody already knows that.
Oh, whoa! That's cruel, man. That's cruel.
Well, he's Birdo Prey 5. He's Birdo Prey 5. I'm sorry, you've got to admit that. You know.
Okay, fine. I'll start doing more Australian accents for you.
At least you could pull them off legitimately.
Hey, Milton, can you do an American accent? Can you do American?
Howdy, y'all. I'm American as apple pie, which was actually originally invented in England.
Okay, that's Southern.
Well, it's still an American accent.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
hey, It works.
I was
He
copying
doesn't.
your accent.
He does a better accent than Birdo Prey 5 does. Well, hell, he does a better accent than Birdo Prey 5 does for a New York accent. I love you, Bird. I hope you're not listening.
You know he probably is.
Oh, I'm sure. But let's see here. I know coming up later is going to be Culture Casino. And
6 Minute Daily, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Until I have to, on the days I don't have to go to the wound care, I'm always sure to tune in there. And yep, Birdo Prey 5. ...
It's Super Saiyan Girl. You keep telling me
Yes.
to invite more of my friends.
So.
Oh, sorry. I was on Discord. Sorry, I thought I hit mute.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Well, is he wrong? Aren't you twice as cool as him? Or is it more? Is it more? Let me ask that.
I said at least.
At least. You're right.
If he's asking if he's cool, that suddenly makes him less cool than me.
No.
That's just how the law works.
There's no way Bert could be less cool than you because he's Birdo Prey 5.
What? I was taught ceremonial magic by a guy that hanged out in bikers bars.
And yes. Let's see here. Go ahead and replace the Dear Bop with Santa Bop in your Birdo Prey 5 letters. Go to birdoprey5.com. Scroll down to whatever, I can't think what it is. Dear Bop is what it's called, I believe. And click on that and replace the Dear Bob with Santa Bob. And ask Santa Bob any questions you want, including your Christmas wishes.
I asked Santa one year to bring me a ho ho ho. He brought me a bunch of gardening tools.
And hashtag Santa Bob. That's right, 54.5 Access Radio. Santa Bob. Yes, inundate Birdo Prey 5 stream later today with hashtag Santa Bob. Yes, I'm evil. I admit it. I have no problem with that. So for the 15 people watching, one of whom is Bird, yes, go for it. Santa Bob. Hashtag Santa Bob. I would ask him for Legos personally, but that's just my opinion. What see, you need to start a write-in thing like Bert has Jedi Bill.
Do you know
a Friday? What?
Like a.
Oh, like okay.
Santa Bill.
A device cone. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I feel you. Yeah.
Do you know what I should do?
What?
I should stick a thumbtack in a Lego piece and glue it onto the corner of a table at about foot height.
You are mean.
I saw it on Pinterest, and I know I would get charges for inventing a weapon of mass destruction, but who would bother with one of them?
Oh, Lord, Milton. No, we're trying to absolutely have a good stream today.
Captain Trick.
Maybe I ought to get rid of you to keep the numbers up.
Captain Trick. I could go even worse than that. Put it on all
Sure,
four.
you can.
That's right. He could go worse than that. Timeout, Milton. Oh, yes. I'm actually glad to be able to do this. Yes, the stream on Christmas and on the 26th are going to be longer streams, but hey, hopefully there will be a lot of people that are wanting to join.
And next week on Tuesday, I'll be doing a karaoke stream to spread Christmas cheer to all.
Awesome.
We all need a little holiday cheer.
Oh, yes. Will that be at night or during the day?
Yeah, night. Let's see. I think I had it set up at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, so that's 7, 8, 9,
7 Central.
9 p.m. Eastern.
Let's see here. That'd be 6 p.m. Mountain would be 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And that would be on the 21st.
Yep.
So we'll be Bill will be bringing the Christmas spirit of karaoke. Yes.
I'm hoping to see it will be an open mic, so just spread Christmas cheer. It'll be a fun stream. I'm hoping. We want singers.
Absolutely.
Nian and I and whoever shows up, who knows? But it'll be fun.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. And between now and then, well, wow. Almost gone 3 hours today. That's absolutely a good thing. Hopefully people will enjoy the stream. If you haven't already, go ahead, leave a like, all that normal stuff. If you're listening on the replay, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. And I do want to thank everybody who's joined me on the panel, particularly Yosef and Berto Prey 5, as well as Raquel, Santa Bob, and I'll bring Milton back for just a moment because I do want to thank him as well when he was behaved.
Welcome. And thank you, Captain Trick.
Let's see here. AG sounds as confused as I opened the musical gift. I beheld a small man playing a tiny piano. Santa, I didn't say 9-inch pianist. Oh dear Lord.
That's worse than worse than anything I did.
Almost worse. Almost. But at least he didn't actually say it. It was just in chat. And again, thank you everyone who's been in chat. It has been absolutely fun. I am so glad that you're here. And I'm going to go ahead and end this just a little differently than I normally do because, well, I can. And here, let's just say it this way.
Remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent.
Damn right, Tommy. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and have a great day.